This is my keyword outline. My name is Ariana Oliveira, and this is my persuasive speech on cell phones at a young age. My specific purpose statement is, I want to convince my audience that using cell phones has disconnected children from the real world at a young age. Almost 96% of households give their 2-year-old children a cell phone to use for YouTube and games, exposing them to many risks such as brain cancer and effects in the child's behavior. This is a problem, and you can help pass on the information to fix it. We should not let children use cell phones at a young age. To help them from getting too attached and disconnected like these children, parents need to reconsider what the later outcomes will be. According to a survey that I conducted on October 20th, 2020, over 50% of my classmates have seen their younger siblings or just young children in general using cell phones and getting disconnected from the real world. As a sister and a cousin, I have seen firsthand how cell phones at a young age have disconnected and affected my little brother and my little cousins. Over the next few minutes, I will explain to you why giving children cell phones at a young age makes them less likely to listen to adults, how it has them wrapped up in their own world, and how it can keep them from learning the things that they need to be learning in order to live in the real world. Using Monroe's motivational sequence to start this off, let's begin by talking about why we need to not give children cell phones at a young age. As parents continue to give younger children cell phones, the children become less likely to listen to adults. According to an article published on October 2nd, 2018 from the Nationwide Children's Hospital called Children and Cell Phones, Weighing the Risks and Benefits, when children use cell phones at a young age, they are only learning what they want and not listening to adults, leaving them unprepared for the real world. An article by Moms on the Go on kids and cell phones, also published on October 2nd, 2018, called Asking How Young is Too Young from CBS, states that using cell phones at a young age can become an early distraction for the child. Another article called Connected Children, How Young is Too Young for a Smartphone by Connected Parent from April 20th, 2018, says that there are no strict rules as to when children are ready for smartphones. Research has noted children of less than 30 months old cannot learn from videos in the same way as real life. The same way, one of the most significant positive factors of using technology does not apply to them. There are some things that parents can do to make sure the future of their child is not wrapped up in a cell phone. Participation in learning about what you can do to keep your child from always using a cell phone will help parents to better understand. It is the parent's responsibility to start forth some restrictions on their child's cell phone. Incorporate a way to where your child can have some freedom but still be able to stay tuned into the real world. In doing this, parents should hopefully start to see a change. Continuing steps in Monroe's motivational sequence, we have action. Parents must take the necessary actions to make the future of their child's better. Younger children can now grow up knowing how to do things and talk properly instead of just knowing how to use a cell phone in life. This would also help their children's generation to teach future generations the correct things to do. Giving children cell phones at a young age can be seen as good and bad. In conclusion, parents should not give children cell phones at a young age. Today we went over how children would be less likely to listen to adults if they were always distracted and wrapped up in cell phones. Next time your parents think about giving your younger sibling a cell phone at a young age, make sure you warn them of the possible downsides and tell them some things that they can do to prevent the early distraction. Starting today, this is what the parents can do to fix the issue with children using cell phones at a young age. You do not have to make your child feel like they don't deserve a phone, but you can let them know why they aren't getting one yet. Some cell phones have ways of only being able to call and text, hence keeping children away from social media and all of that. Share your past experience of giving your now older child a cell phone when he or she was younger and talk about the effects and what you can do to change the outcome of your next child. An article called A Smartphone Will Change Your Child in Ways You Might Not Expect or Want by the Institute for Family Studies concludes that using a cell phone at a young age can expose your young children to many unwanted things. Cell phones are not just devices to use for fun. They are given to children for a form of responsible communication in most cases. Children 10 and under are not mature enough to realize the dangers that come along with a cell phone. Thank you for listening, and I hope you now find yourself telling others about why their young children shouldn't be using cell phones at a young age.